so happened that I grew up in, that address was 10 Marshall's Road, Egmore in Madras that time. And I was born in Madurai, shifted in 2 months to Chennai because my father was a lecturer at that time and an assistant eye surgeon in the government eye hospital. So happened in the 1940s, my grandfather was in the same house, 10 Marshall's Road, and then my father came in 55 when he did his post-graduation. In 57 he became an eye doctor in the same eye hospital, then he qualified. I was born in 57 and the same year I came to the same house. So in the same house 3 generations lived. So happened it is the Quarters, which is the oldest eye hospital in the world, and second in the world, and first in India, which was started in 1890.
Okay.
And so it's a traditional historic hospital started by the British. So happened we three were like in the same compound, and then unfortunately or whatever, I was breathing in and only about ophthalmology that time, even as a kid.
Mhm.
So at the age of 5, my father's unit chief, Dr. J. Abraham, which I mentioned in my one of the interviews with Jyot magazine, that he somehow liked me and said he used to make me when I at the age of 5 when I go around the hospital with him, he taught me the parts of the eye, and somehow I also used to rattle, and then I have seen my father being called for removing the foreign bodies which because of the industries around, the small iron flecks will go on the eye, flying one. And the midnight they come, the assistant will put the torch and they'll use the loop and remove it, otherwise it will be irritating, red and all that. So I keep seeing that. So when I saw that, then my father was examining using an instrument called ophthalmoscope, seeing the eye. So I also, as a kid, wanted to mimic. So my mimic was not patient. My patient was my own pet dog. So I used to check the eye, and till the time I didn't touch the eye, the dog was okay. And when I touched, it used to like retract. And luckily, because a pet dog, it didn't bite, but it used to get hurt. Sorry, for safety, it will go away, it will push me or something. So that's how I've seen the retina of the dogs and cats when I was a kid, not the human being. And human being I've seen because my father is very interested. Even this the poster here, which is made in with the light, you can see it up. So which he has made.
Oh.
So like that, he teaches people. He wants to create awareness. So I've met all the eye doctors, and right from the ordinary to the best those days. And then slowly, I think I thought it was my best is to do eye. So at the age of 5, I decided to be an eye doctor. And then I grew up in the same school, and I decided, and I went upon that I want to do my medicine in MBBS in Madras Medical College. Fortunately, with merit, I got. So if I would have not got, I would have gone mad, because I was really mad that I should have become an eye doctor, and through only this medical college, and not with our Madras Medical College is again started in 1835, and it is the third medical college in the world, and the first lady doctor was from in the world was from Madras Medical College, and she is a British lady. And then the Indian doctor also, who is also qualified, first woman doctor from the same medical college. And the disease called Kala Azar was found in the Madras Medical College and Government General Hospital. So when I studied MBBS itself, I knew I'm going to be eye doctor. So I did a lot of small research in other subjects like pharmacology, then cardiology, social and preventive medicine, gynecology. I knew because I'm going to settle in eye. And then I took interest. And then after that, I got the postgraduate also. And so happened I joined one of the best institutions in the world, that is Shankar Nethralaya, and I did retina surgery. So ophthalmology probably was in blood. But the same thing did not happen with my own brother or my sister, even though they also had the chance of becoming third generation. And in my fourth generation, my son and daughter, I thought they will become, but I think they want to follow their heart. So my son is doing game development for Apple,
Wow.
and my daughter is doing business after her MBA. From the beginning, I believe this the book Secret, which came in 2007, but I think without realizing, I knew that we have to dream and work. Because I had a family friend who's running that VGP Golden Beach in Chennai, and also the VGP company which sells on higher, all the higher purchase. So he told me in 1960s, maybe 62, 64, that you should go to sleep bed with a dream, and then with that you should dream then in the night and get up and work, which is what Dr. Kalam also said later. But this was inbuilt in me, and without realizing, he said, "You tell a prayer." It's okay.
Yes.
He told, he said, tell a prayer that you have a prayer and tell that daily and go to sleep. So my prayer was, without realizing, that I should be an well-known, internationally renowned good ophthalmologist. And without knowing what is the meaning of international ophthalmologist, I did it. But I think it is not automatic. It has happened because my father never traveled that time. My grandfather never traveled. They all traveled within India. They never went out of India. And later they went. But and so this was my prayer. I used to pray in Tamil. And the prayer was that I have to be the best eye doctor in the world, which I think was daily I told that. And so happened, I dreamt of a hospital, but I thought I'll do in Tamil Nadu. But it so happened, I was thinking of starting private practice, but I joined Shankar Nethralaya. But when I joined Shankar Nethralaya, Dr. Badrinath said, I don't have any microsurgery training, but I have retina training. And if you want, you can do that and become a retina surgeon. So as I mentioned, in school, I met Dr. Venkatasamy, the founder of Arvinda Hospital, and Dr. Badrinath, founder of Shankar Nethralaya. When I was in 6th standard, 7th standard, my father used to take to their house. And my grandfather was senior to Dr. Venkatasamy in Madurai. So age-wise, and then he was in private practice that time. So I knew the culture, on what eye care can do, and how the patients are happy when they get vision. So I'm seeing that daily. And another thing I did, like every day I used to see my father giving prescription for glass prescription for people above 40 for wearing glass. So I decided that I should not need a glasses. So till now I don't wear glasses. And according to me, there's a positive thinking like the secret works. So what you desire, you get. Same thing is mentioned by Paul Coelho, which I read later, not at that time. But he mentioned the same. Whatever you desire, the entire universe will conspire to get it. And that's what is happening. And it's known medically that some people can able to read and see distance without glasses. I'm one of them. And my grandmother is 100, but she's operated for cataract. But she can also see distance and read without glasses. But my father, mother, everybody had to use glasses. Normally, everybody has to use after the age of 40. So that's happened. I wanted a big hospital that has happened. So in that angle, I was not a businessman or an entrepreneur in thinking. Even today, I don't think so. But for practice, you have to learn some skills. So I think some skills were learned is wherever I worked, I had the ownership. When I worked in government eye hospital, I said, okay, my responsibility that every patient should be fine. Same thing when I worked in Shankar Nethralaya, I thought it's my hospital. So that's why I tell my staff or doctors that if you work like it's your own hospital, one day God will give you your own. That's what happened to me. So you will also do that. So I worked so that if somebody had put a AC on and I left it, I mean, even for power saving, Dr. Badrinath used to tell me, why can't you do it? So I used to go on my own rounds, even though there were administrators, there were separate HODs, everybody would did, but I did on my own and saw like right from power saving to money saving, budgeting, and the other thing I learned is get the best technology first in India, which Shankar Nethralaya did on their own. When I first time, even the advanced vitreous surgery was started in Shankar Nethralaya. So we also have a lot of first because when I went first time to Singapore in '90, I saw everything world's first, world's tallest or world's biggest is there in Singapore. So I thought, why not? We also have something like that. So India's first, I have introduced many things, technology in India. It was not my own. It's a transfer technology from West, from either US or Europe. For example, for vitreous surgery, I introduced the first wide-angle observation system for operating. And then I designed my own operating chair. Then I thought anything new comes, we'll be the first. I decided, however expensive it was, I started like photodynamic therapy and the treatment for age-related macular degeneration, and using microscope for every surgery. And now people are doing, but I'm telling 28 years back, which we wanted. So, and then second, we wanted to do whatever I learned in Shankar Nethralaya, I wanted to bring it to Mumbai. And when I went to Bombay Hospital, I understood the economics of the way Mumbai is working. And because Bombay Hospital could not support me with the technology what I wanted, and they probably didn't understand my potential. I think I had to force myself to go to a bank loan. So I did a bank loan and started Jyot Hospital. And I decided, when I started as a, I decided not to call myself as a nursing home because everybody looks at when you use the word nursing home down.
Yeah.
And then they say, oh, it's a small nursing home. But Rich Candy is a nursing home, but they call it a hospital. So then I thought, I called myself as a Aditya hospital and medical director. So I thought I'm equal to medical director of a big hospital like Jeslo or a Bombay hospital, and I was. And I think that's what I claimed myself in my mind. And I decided that in the practice, I will be always like this. And if somebody is doing here, and I'll be going here, and he also will compete. So I wanted a healthy competition, which is what I'm doing, where keep on pushing the target, but not target only in finance, but target in service, eye care delivery. In the best, like right now we are A to Z in eye. So I started with only retina, and there was no exclusive retina available in India at that time, except in Shankar, which again was a part of the regular eye hospital. So as a business venture, I was forced because in the beginning I thought eye hospital doing retina surgery was not practically possible in private, and because the Bombay hospital didn't support totally, so I said whatever I wanted. I said here if equipments are not given, I have to go fight with the authorities. Here I said why not I start my own, and fortunately bank gave a loan, and then I decided to have the best in retina everything. So we started with a bank, and we had Dr. Badrinath coming and inaugurating. And then when I saw the need that because only retina when I do, the patients come with glaucoma, with cataract, and because I got a name, everybody requested me to do. So then I added up one by one, and we started adding up one department, including LASIK. Now everything. Then I decided a patient comes in under one roof, he should do everything, like from blood test to ECG to the eye investigations, then genetics, then even went to get a glass or a magnification glass for a person with the low vision. So anything for eye care, they should come in one place, and they should do. So that's how I'm happy. We are maybe the only eye hospital in Mumbai having a compound with a separate building with dedicated for total eye care, and including now I've started diabetes and eye care. So where we have a diabetologist who's coming, and then we have ophthalmologist in all branches. So and then second is even though I made a budget, sorry, what is it called? The project report when I approached the bank loan, but whatever I gave practically was different because I'm not trained commercially or in any accounting backing or thinking. So whatever EMI I planned could not then rearrange. And fortunately, it is like a small kid getting up, falling down, getting up, falling down. Then I gathered a team. Now we have a team, we have a board, so and we have a big accounts department. So we do the norms of any company now, so that we also can be competing. So I am depending on a team rather than myself doing everything. No teacher here, no that way friend that time, no guide. Everything was from Madras for me. Like all were there, but they all guided, but nobody local.
Okay.
And I came like I always tell this. I am like a calf which does not have any fear for anything because he doesn't know anything. So if you leave a calf in the road, it will run here there. So same thing I did in life. It should not look like hospital. So when a patient comes, why should I have the same smell? Why should I have the same look? So I changed it. So and then second is, I always wanted hospitality was missing in a hospital. Rather, how to say that? I think. Pardon?
The warmth.
The warmth I know, but what I'm saying in a five-star hotel, it is their business that they do it. But in a hospital, they think they are doing their job. Okay, please come, sit down. Okay, you can go to the doctor like that. But that sense of like a five-star where it's a necessity for the five-star hotel, the owners or the people who run plus the staff to give delivery. Here, it has not been made mandatory earlier. But now I say you have to have a hospital with the hospitality. So something like I even created a post called Chief Happiness Officer, which I saw some office having in US, which from somehow it didn't work here because people could not understand what I am doing. But still I tell in Hindi to every staff, Kushiyam Patnega. People are coming with problem. Nobody is compared. The difference is people go to a 5 star for hospitality. Here they come for treatment and they are not come for hospital. But why not you add and give so that the patient feels comfortable? I always tell if I go somewhere, I would like to be felt important. And then second, when the patient comes with agony of losing the vision or pain, and if you add, it will soothe him. And then why not you add paraphernalia, which I thought which was lacking everywhere. And I said you should. So that in my vision and mission also I included that 100% patient satisfaction with zero error. Growth factor is one because I think I concentrate on patient satisfaction, not just hospitality and the patient care. For example, everything I'm doing is evidence-based medicine. I don't treat anything just like that or just empirical. It is with proof. And when I have a doubt, I ask my contemporaries all over the world. I don't have anything, no ego. I want the patient to be fine. If I say I don't know, I tell the patient directly, this is not my cup of tea and your diagnosis, I don't deal. You have to go to X, Y, Z. And sometimes I may be the expert, but the patient will ask me, sir, can I have an opinion from another person? And I tell them, today, unfortunately, there is no senior to me in India. Can you believe it? Everybody is a junior. The people who are senior to me are retired. So there is no senior. So still I tell them, you can go to Shanganethralaya. Even the head of the department of Shanganethralaya is trained by me. And or L.V. Prasad, wherever they can go, they are all there. But they are definitely junior in experience. But still I tell them, I respect. Even here, if somebody is good junior, I tell them. Like now I have an associate, Dr. Chinmay, who's my consultant, and he may be half my age almost. And I tell him, if some company doubt I have, I'll ask him. And then there's no, hindrance. No hindrance in asking that. So I think that's the key factor where patient knows that if you go to Dr. Natarajan or Aditya Jyot, I think you'll get the honest answer and the excellent treatment. So I think that's one factor. So every day, whether I do marketing or not, patients are coming because of patients are happy. And I remember a saying from one of the hospital administrators in US that if you make one patient happy, you have gained the patient's spouse, their children, their parents, their grandparents, their uncles and relatives and friends. So then it multiplies. But if same thing, if one thing goes wrong, that also the news spreads like a fire. So you have to do that extra care where failure of a problem because of pathology, for example, a cancer patient dies, is not a fault of the doctor or the patient or the treatment. And if that is known to the patient, that's called natural history. So if you're able to win the natural history, and for example, I get those patients where we call that the end stage of diabetes they come. They have removed their leg, they have got eyes, both eye blind, heart problem, kidney dialysis, and then there will be same eye. Those patients can even have a risk of life. But if those patients are saved, they call me God. That's what happened last week. I went, one patient whom I operated was one eye totally gone with multiple operation, nothing to do with the operation because of the diabetes. The other eye became blind. I operated, had a problem, again to do second operation. And later when I discussed with him, I found out he not lost his job, he was on long leave. He's working as a manager in the subway in Thane. And now he's regained some good vision, not normal, but good vision. He can manage his work. So he's going from home to his subway office as a manager, and he's earning back. And so I asked him, how did you come to me? He says, everybody said nothing can be done. But I went to a bangle shop, I forgot the name of the shop in Gokli Road in Thane. He told, okay, there's one Dr. Natarajan I know, because my father, he operated. He was seeing till he died in 2004. You go and have a final opinion from him. So he came, and then we operated like this 2 times, and finally got vision. So I decided to find out why that patient referred. So 2 weeks back, I like to go and climb Yevur Hills as a part of my physical fitness with my friend Shivanandan. So at that time we went, I told the patient, I'm coming. If you are there, I'll come and meet you. So I went and met him. We made an interview. So he said, my father, he operated in 98. Then I came back and checked the, I checked the file and found out I operated a retinal detachment, and the patient got vision in later, and then till 2005 before Webdilly died, he was all right. So he says continuously he's referring patients to me, and just because he says at least I know that he will do the best treatment. If the patient cannot see, in spite of the treatment, we can't do anything. So that's how we did all the I go to that extent where I decide to touch the heart of the patient apart from doing the treatment, and I tell every staff we should do that. I said I don't gain money from that, but I gain satisfaction, which is my endorphins. I said this gives me the drive to work more. That's why I put Swami Vivekananda's statement there that everybody, he says that if you are, every human should serve, and the rest are equal to dead, is saying. People live only who are serving others, and rest of them are equal to dead, is saying. So that's why I have started a foundation. I'm doing free service daily in Dharavi and camps all over Mumbai, and then also in a free clinic in Mahalakshmi Temple, and then in Shanmugananda. Size definitely matters, but I think I would like to quote Dr. Abdul Kalam as the President of India came and visited me, and that time when he was leaving, I just told him that sir, the hospital is small now, I'll make it bigger when you come next time. He stopped and told me, no, Dr. Natarajan, that a hospital is so small, but no problem, you're doing a great work, keep it up, keep up the quality. So size does not matter, even though in the business angle it may. So right, that is why one day I had a plan of expanding the 50 Aditya Jyot, and repeatedly I talked to the several private equity and then my friends. Finally, my closest friends, one industrialist and one my retired DG, they both asked me, what is that you want to expand for? What for? So I told I want to have quality care treatment everywhere. They said that's political statement. I said no, really I want to do that. Then they said if you really want to do that, do you know that you have to spend more money to earn more money so that you can run 50 hospitals? I said I know that. And they said how will you get? Then if you go to private equity, you have to give a business proposal. And if you don't meet the demand, then you are in tension. So then they told me, are you ready? I said, I'm not ready because I want to be a good doctor, then my finance man. Then they said, you have to do everything. I said, it's not possible. Even now, somebody gives offer, I tell them, okay, will you take up the financial head and then will you take up the administrative head? Then I will do the medical part. Somehow it's not working because everybody says, if it's your dream, you are. They are telling me to employ finance person. If I have to employ a finance head of like a chief finance officer, you know, the going rate for a corporate eye hospital, how much you have to pay. And then you have to pay so much. Now with my limited, whatever 10 doctors we are working, I can't compete with a 50 hospital. So I decided my aim of doing a quality may be diluted by doing this expansion. Because I cannot be there everywhere. I can set up system and process, which is what I thought can be multiplied. I think it can be multiplied like the Arvind has done, and now many other hospitals are doing. But the problem is, I have somehow worked in a way where Natarajan is known as an excellent doctor. So everybody wants Natarajan, which is, I think, practical problem. If I started in Thane, I started in Thane because I went to daily to Thane for my climbing the Ur hill. So I did a clinic. So when I go to OPD, it's full. But some other doctors they say, I don't want to, I'll go to Vadala. So I think the way I started career as a single doctor and then made a team, I think the name is registered in the people's mind and heart. Okay, you have to go to Dr. Natarajan only. So that is not possible in a corporate setup where if I set and then go into administration, then my skill of surgery and my patient care will definitely have to be compromised. For example, if I'm doing 100% clinical, then if I do start 50 hospitals, then 50% of the time will go on managing the numbers, then HR, then finding out in that center what happened. So which I have to do. So here in one center I am doing that, where I want patients to come for Aditya Jyot and not me. I am available, but I want everybody to do the service. There are surgeons equal to me now who can do maybe sometimes better job, but patient wants me, fine, I'll do. But I want to do that. So that's why I decided, okay, then I finally analyzed and said that being a small hospital, but at the same time, in the same area, I feel we can do more. In the sense I'm talking about the building and the equipments. I think we can still do more, another 100% of the turnover in the patient angle I'm saying. And obviously money will be may not double, maybe 1.5 time, because expense also will go up if we increase the patient care turnover. But my feeling is every patient increase, for example, even 1% increase, 10% increase, I want that quality should be 100% all the time. So that is where the challenge. So I think expansion at present, I should say, in a corporate angle, I failed in the sense of making multiple hospitals. But as a single hospital, standalone, I am successful. So I am continuing that. So in this angle, I am expanding my horizon by making a big foundation, Aditya Jyot Foundation for Twinkling Little Eyes, where I am connecting donation. I myself have given personally and collecting from my friends. So my dream is to create a charitable eye hospital bigger than corporate hospital, eye hospital. That's what I'm dreaming. So we have 2 clinics in Dharavi, and now after 10 years we are doing totally free. We are charging 30 rupees consulting fee, and I have done a tie-up with the Mahatma Eye Hospital in Mulund as a Aditya Jyot Foundation, where the consulting fee is 150 rupees, and it will be shared by both the foundation. And then we are planning to start exclusive retina surgery at a very concessional rate, so that middle class and lower middle class who can pay something can be benefited, apart from the public hospitals available in Mumbai. And this will be the 5-star facility for the patients, which will continue and will keep expanding. We are updating equipments, whatever is there, and current what is the latest we will be doing. Yeah, so I think probably it's in the gene, I think, because my grandfather was in the government and he was teaching refraction, that is how to do glasses, in 1930s. So his students were all now dead, but they used to tell me, your grandfather was so strict, but he was excellent in teaching this subject. Then my father was a professor, and then he was taking classes for everybody, and his idea was to create awareness for public. So probably it has been ingrained. And so happened, I was the guide for all my relatives when they come to Madras, because we were just living close to the museum, which is one of the oldest in India. So that time my father had a special teacher to teach me on all the things in Chennai and museum. And then I found that was interesting, which is totally different from the normal school. So at the age of at the 6th standard, in holiday, I learned typing. 7th standard, I learned shorthand. So my father said it will be helpful as a medical student because you can write faster. So these extra qualities I learned. Then I thought, if I can learn this much, and I've seen my father teaching, and then when I joined Shankarnath, I saw a way Dr. Badrinath taught. He said, whatever American do, why not we do? So that's how he brought technology. So I learned from him. So when I learned so much, I thought I should give back. And I've seen also teachers who are not willing to teach. And there were teachers like that, and I've had teachers who were extremely good in teaching. So I decided what to learn and what not to learn from the teachers. And one thing I think invaluable is to teach people. So Dr. Shankaracharya, the man who died, that is at 99, his name Chandrasekhara Shankaracharya, he told Dr. Badrinath, I want 1,000 Badrinath in India, so that India can be do prevention of blindness. So that's what happened when he started training. Similar thing, I decided myself that why not have 1,000 Natarajan. So I did a teaching program from the day one. So in Bombay Hospital, I didn't have a formal training, but I had doctors who were under me. And then when I started Aditya Jyot, I decided first we'll every year do a continuing medical education. So I decided to call the best retina doctors in the world to come and teach in India. So I did that. It was expensive, but we did. Everybody came on their own, and then they show their teaching, their surgery video. They came to assist me, teach how to do the surgery. So I am thankful to Dr. Badrinath as my first teacher, and Dr. Jovanovic is a Yugoslavian who was the professor at that time in Rotterdam and then in Antwerp, who did the teaching for me, the most advanced surgery which I am doing now. And so I met all the best surgeons who invented surgery on retina. The first retina surgery was done by vitreous surgery was done by Robert McMahon, and I met him, and I went for his retirement meeting in '96 in Vale. So the passion was, I think, one, it was there probably in the blood, and the second is I enjoy teaching because I think if I teach one, it's like Rabindranath Tagore said, if a person is hungry, don't give him fish to eat, teach him fishing. So again, he used the word and action, teaching. So he taught, if we teach him fishing, he's going to earn his career. One day he can earn 100 or whatever. Right? So similar thing for if I teach one doctor to do an excellent eye surgery, I think I'm saving thousands of eyes from complication. That's what I'm my dream. So sometimes I teach, and even though maybe a dud doctor or something, I sometimes spend so much time. I get angry that why are you not doing good? Why are you not improving? And all that is for the patient benefit. I tell them every day I shout at you for patient benefit. So because of that, God blesses me. And I said, and even after my operation, if the 90% of my patients sees, 10% may not see. They go blind not because of me, they go blind because of their pathology. But still, those patients give me gift, and that's why I believe God. In spite of losing vision, I have a girl who's running an organization called Voice Vision, where she teaches computers, talking computers to the people with lost vision. Because seeing and going blind is the worst. And that's what I see daily. Where suddenly they lose vision and I have to operate. And that's what is happening. So, and I thought if I teach surgery, like I have learned it from Dr. Vedanath, if I transfer that skill, that's why I'm reading a book called Richard Green. He's written a book called Mastery. And that there is a subject called mirror neurons. For example, they are doing studies where by looking, they can learn. Like it's like driving, but it's not easy to just drive.
Practical, yeah.
No, but what I'm saying, you can do that. But if you act exactly like the driver, you sit next to him. That's why the driving school sometimes have a parallel clutch and parallel brake. So they see you and do, it's easier. That means the brain will reflect, develops neurons, which will learn. Same thing, the skill. The problem is to how to teach the doctors the problem, because we do in microscope. So they don't know how we hold, they don't know what we are thinking. And both legs are using, both hands are using, and we are hearing something in the machine, and then we are looking with the eyes and then using the brain. So all this has to be, they have to understand. If they do that, you can make a surgeon like you. Because it's like cooking. However good your mother is cooking, or your sister may not cook, or any other cook may not cook. And that's because of so many things. The ingredients are, apart from all the material, the love and affection. Same thing with surgery. So I think that's what I tell the patient. You should learn that. So now for me, number of surgery doing is joy. And that's what I think is like meditation for me, which gives me endorphins, and I'm growing young. So teaching again, you learn a lot, because the students ask you question, and if you don't know, better to accept that. And in conferences I have seen, when I go to give a talk to a new postgraduate who doesn't know me, they think they will check my knowledge by asking. Sometimes they ask some vague question which I don't know. I tell them frankly, I don't know. I'll go back and answer. The same way, when I ask question, if they don't know the answer, I tell them, you write an email to me. So that's what I do. I think I enjoy as a clinician scientist, where as a clinician I examine patients and then I can treat them, like surgery wise, which makes me enjoyable. So I enjoy three in one position, like doing service. One is in the private practice, second in the doing charity, and then I see people going blind where we are helpless. There are conditions like hereditary retinal disorders like retinitis pigmentosa. They go slowly blind, macular degeneration, then retinoschisis. So many conditions are there where we don't have cone rod dystrophy. We don't have treatment, color blind. So that is where we are trying. The entire world is doing. Where if you do research, we can do genetic engineering, we can do retinal stem cell therapy, we can do artificial retina, which is what is my dream. So I'm enjoying research, so that one day the blind shall see. So I'm enjoying research, enjoying patients, and enjoying doing free service to the people.